Welcome to We Read Wednesday. I will be the narrator today. My name's Stacia, but you can call me boloup. And this is my handle on YouTube, and I prefer to go by that. So if you and I meet in a live chat, feel free to call me boloup, but if you do call me by my actual name, that's okay too. We've been reading Illuminate online. I'm going to go ahead and continue some of our chapters. I have not picked up this book since my last read, so whatever happens is going to surprise me. It'll surprise you too. Pull up a chair, get yourself a nice big cup of joe. I got a really huge cup with a little bit of joe in it, a little bit of coffee, so it's a couple sips. And I got me a little bit of chocolate. I'm on my lunch break, so let's get this started. What kind of chocolate, you say? It's a really big thing of chocolate with almonds. It's dark chocolate. It's by them, but I am not sponsored by them. It's just what my other person brought home last night, and I decided to have a few pieces while I read. So let me go ahead and open the book up and let's get it going. Today's been nice. I haven't had no kitty cats today. I mean, it's a nice day is what I mean. And I wish I could have kept that golden kitty cat, but I have other people living here that don't want cats in the house. And our landlords are not gracious. So if I had more money, I probably would be able to do a lot more things. So we got over to this page, and we left off on this page. And just kind of a disclaimer, just in case it gets bloody, gory, or if there are words in here I might not say, or if there's any type of killing or something of that nature in this book, I apologize ahead of time. If you can't handle this type of stuff, then don't listen or watch the video. And this is a science fiction book. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go into this. And we were at the point where Consuela Nestor, the captain of Alexandria, had to basically take these other people to another ship. So I'll just kind of start from the top of that page so we can kind of get back into the story. Byron saying, Consuela, you are hereby ordered to accompany to the UTA battle carrier Alexander. The team is not going to stand down, I don't believe. And I'm going to get comfortable a little bit more because I'm on my bed and it's squishy. And I kind of want to sit upright. So, okay, I'm sorry. But I just couldn't get into it there. and one of the people arresting these people or supposedly escorting is going to be Winifred or Winnie. She's the lieutenant. And I'm not going to give more than that because you can go ahead and go back and watch the previous videos if you like. So we're on page 207, and let me just jump into this. I'm 5 minutes into this recording and I haven't done anything. So here we go. Tell me how you think this ends, Lieutenant. It was Cho speaking, hand on her pistol. She was looking out the huge view screen dominating one end of the room. I could see a tiny spark on the low-range scanner. Out there amid all the black and starlight, its ID tag and countdown to intercept pulsing red. BT042-TN. 52 hours, 17 minutes. The Lincoln. I don't get paid to think, I said. I follow orders. Stand aside, Captain. Cho smiled like I said something funny. One of the comm techs stood up. Then, Byron Shang, supposedly a top-tier console jockey. He sure looked the part. Overweight, thinning hair, underarm stains. I believe in the last video I said ew. It's a good thing they don't pay you to think, he said. It doesn't seem like your thing. Shang, get your gear. You're coming with us. No, he said, pudgy hands on his hips. Tried to keep his voice from shaking. You'll have to drag us. Kicking and screaming. I'll give you something to scream about, Sykes growled. The man dies and all who keep silent in the face of tyranny, he said. That's such a great quote. Listen, Shang, I appreciate the rhetoric, but anyone can do math this simple. We need every swinging blank back on Alexander, and you two are the best chip heads on Hypatia. Yet they don't know about Katie. Shang's lips twisted then, and I know something you don't know. Kind of smile formed. A smile that turned my mood darker. I wanted this over. I wanted to be back in my rack with a canteen of rocket fuel and a few hours of forgetting it would bring. Here we go. I wanted to be back in my rack with a canteen of rocket fuel and a few hours of the forgetting it would bring. Still, I knew. Page 208. Kind of edge Psych was dancing on. I should have given the order to someone. Corporal Sykes, secure the conscripts for transcript back to Alexander. His grin went all the way to his eyes. Ma'am, yes, ma'am. He slapped hard and bedogged on the arms, and the trio lopped forward, pulling zip ties from their belts. I could feel my Carenza rookies beside me, all of them playing at being soldiers, all of them, just nerves and gritted teeth. Doherty in particular looked jumpy. What had she done before this? Security guard at a shopping mall? A library, maybe? I couldn't remember. My eyes were on the Hypatia Sec team. They all looked one wrong word away from drawing. Sweat in my eyes. Hard to breathe. Cho's voice rose above the pause in my ears. Lieutenant, do you know your commanders plan to reactivate the artificial intelligence responsible for destroying the Copernicus? Do you know Major Hawking and 3 other Alexander officers were executed under General Torrance's direct orders? Shut up. 1 more minute and this will all be over. Sykes and the others reached the comtex. Zhang had set himself on the floor and folded his arms, some gesture of peaceful protest that earned him as much latitude as a face full of spit. Sykes grabbed his arm, and when Zhang resisted, the corporal popped him with the butt of his VK. Ouch. Zhang's nose spat blood. The other comtech shouted protest, and that was all it took. Fists and elbows and knees, pastry flesh slapping the floor. In about 5 seconds, Sang and Nestor were trussed up on the floor like a bader meat. "Stop it!" Jesus, the sec team lieutenant roared. My VK was right in his face. "Stand down, Lieutenant," I roared. "This is BS. You people are animals." 209. "Captain, order your people to stand down. No one needs to get hurt here." The lieutenant's hand was on his pistol, my finger on my trigger. Doherty beside me, her voice rising an octave. "Lieutenant! Lieutenant, stand down!" Cho barked. I think that's what did it. Simple mistake. Cho should have used his name. Should have made it clear she was ordering her own lieutenant, not me. Because to someone with a few light years under their belt, it would have been obvious Cho was drawing her pistol to surrender it. I've watched the recording 100 times. You can see it on her face, resignation. One hand up and surrender. But to a terrified rookie who used to guard the school library, it might have looked like Cho was drawing the piece to use it. That she was shouting at me to stand down. And if I didn't, she was prepared to shoot me in the back. So Doherty did what she had been ordered to do. You be the push that makes them shove. It was a good shot. Took Cho right in the head. I heard a scream from the Nave Comp, and Sarah Bull, one of the Cho's TICs, was charging across the deck to cradle her dead captain in her arms. The sec team were shouting. We were roaring. VKs in their face. I don't know how it held together. I don't know what stopped us heading south of heaven right then and there. Maybe it was Shang sitting with his bleeding face, tear-filled eyes locked on his captain's body, legs crossed, back straight, not fighting, just resisting. What had he said? The man dies and all who keep silent in the face of tyranny? The woman, too. I can't do this. I can't pretend this is what I signed up for. I brought them back just like I was told. Both Hypatia context delivered to General Torrance, hog-tied, and just a little bloodied. Their trouble. I did what a good soldier is supposed to do, but now I'm done. Look, lock me in the hole. Blank space me. I'm sure it starts with an F word. It makes more sense. And then space me. I don't care anymore. I'll keep your secrets. Shut my mouth. But I can't shut my eyes. I am hereby formally resigning my commission as Lieutenant of the United Terrain Authority, effective immediately. I'm sorry. I just can't do this anymore. Page 210. Page 211. Ezra Mason, 2nd Lieutenant, UTA Airborne Division. Charles Dorian Corporal, UTA Information Services Division. Date 7/28/75. Timestamp 12/27. Mason E. Lieutenant 2nd. Dorian! Dorian! Go away, Mason. I'll be quick. Rumors may have heard that effect are all lies, by the way. You heard anything on Jimmy? Mason, I have more things on my mind than James right now. Chum, our friend, is still stuck in the airlock. Don't you think we should find out if command are at least going to try to get him out? Mason, the personnel aboard this ship don't amount to a bucket of blank as far as Torrance and his officers are concerned. Wake up. Dorian, that's the first time I've ever seen you swear. Or botch an apostrophe, for that matter. Like ever. You okay? Page 211. Page 212. Dorian Z Corp. No, I'm not. A friend of mine just got locked in the hole. Stephanie Lefevre. She's a contact. Let me adjust my cam. There we go. Can you see it? Yeah, I know Steph. Chill femme. Smart. What'd they brig her for? Aiding and abetting the enemy. They have records of her login being used to access memory files out of Aiden. Details about the Copernicus attack. Karenja refugee files, thing like that. They say she gave the gen about Aiden to Hypatia Command. Blanking. That was not so smart. Except she didn't do it. Are you sure? Because she was with me at the time, Mason. Like, with you? In a biblical sense? Holy blank. Little Charlie D with all the moves. Chum, no offense, but I had you picked as a neo-abstinent dead cert. My G.O.D., you're an infant. You're an infant. That's what he actually said here. Chum, I'm happy for you. Steph is a queen. Yes, well, my queen is now locked in solitary for wartime espionage Mason, awaiting court-martial and possibly a firing squad. Right blank. Page 213. What time we got on here? We got it 17 minutes. Okay, I'll do just 3 more minutes and then I'll go. 3/4 of tech eng are now some kind of watch list for suspicious behavior. Torrance has completely lost the pilot. He's had 2 Comtechs dragged over from Hypatia, set them up on the bridge so he could keep an eye on them. The pair of them literally have bruises with guns looming over them. Bruisers with guns looming over them while they work. And there's no way Steph could have logged in to access the info. Of course, nobody knows about Katie. I think I've noticed. Give me some credit, please. So just tell Command she was with you. Case closed. Yes, brilliant. Because Private Lefevre engaging in intimate relations with her reporting corporal is so much better. Chum, it's better than being shot for espionage. It's still a court-martialing offense, and the way Torrance is acting lately, he might just have us both shot. He'll brig me at the very least, that much is certain. Chum, you have to tell them. G.O.D. in heaven, I've already sent the email to my CO. Oh, well, good for you, Chum. Proud of you. Oh, shut up. All this means is 2 people in the hole. 2 more people not working on us. Not all getting killed when the Lincoln arrives. Double negative. Wow, you're really upset. And of course, there actually is someone hacking into Aiden. Page 214. And accessing classified files, logging Stephanie and me in the hole won't change that at all. So I think it's a trap to try to weed her out, Katie out, so we'll see what happens. I swear the people in command are drooling simpletons. Why on earth would Stephanie be accessing Corinza refugee files? Wait, this hacker was accessing Corinza refugee files? Yes, Mason, I believe I said that already, twice. Mason, do you remember when I said you were smarter than you look? Well, I'm officially taking it back. You're slower than German opera. Mason. Mason. Participants: Ann Cho, Captain. David Torrance, General. Mason E., Lieutenant, Second. Please tell me this wasn't you. Question: You okay? Now remember Bite Me's mom. I think she just is no longer living. The hacker who broke into Aiden's memory and told Hypatia Command about Copernicus. Tell me it wasn't you, Katie. Bite Me. They don't even know I can hack. Otherwise, I'd have been brutalized and hauled over to Alexander like the others. It was you. Katie, what the blank were you thinking? Aiden murdered everyone on the Copernicus, and it's being covered up. I'm the only one who is thinking. So you thought telling everyone on Hypatia about it was a good idea? Byron told the captain. How could I do that? I'm not even meant to be in there. Wait, who the blank is Byron? He's the guy your Marines assaulted and dragged over to Alexandria, covered in blood. He's the only one who was brave enough to speak up, and it was the right thing to do. 2:15. 2:16. Mason E., Lieutenant Second. How about I go tell Command I know how you're getting access to the system before everyone else gets imprisoned or killed. Better yet, how about this? Connection terminated. I'm just going to kind of scroll over this one for you. And that's 2:19. Ezra, I'm sorry. Please don't shut me out. Whatever else happens, please talk to me. I don't want to miss out on the last conversations we might have. I owe you an explanation. So I've attached a stack of documents so you can read them. Read for yourself. I promise you Byron is the best chance this fleet has of getting away from the Lincoln without aiding killing us. But he doesn't have enough time. I need to help him, and that's what I'm doing inside the system. I can climb around the quantum core like it's a playground, but I can't make you sit down and read my... Miss Ann, I promise. I'm not trying to play you when I say I really, really don't want to die before I see you again. K. Attachments transmitted by Grant to Mason. They originated several months prior. Note dates. Briefing note. Participants: David Torrance. Ann Cho. Date 7/28/75, 1737. Please read. Subject. Let's see. 7/28, 12/32, 7/28, 17, so 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, almost 6 hours passed. Okay, well, that's all I got for today. Thank you so much for tuning in to BOLOUP. I hope you have enjoyed this read, and I will see you next Wednesday. Maybe I'll upload a little bit more on Saturday to kind of give you just something extra to listen to. I don't know. We're at 24 minutes. Thank you for letting me provide you this really long video. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in to BOLOUP.